What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and right now I'm in a police chase while trying to get that many near misses. That was the exact amount I needed, and that was perfect timing to get it, because that's what you need for the brand new BMW M2 in what might be one of the final updates for Unbound for this year at least. Thank you to EA for providing me with this early access code so I could check this update out before anyone else. We're going to talk about what there is in this update, what's to come, and what the current state of all of the Need for Speedings is, with, obviously, if you didn't know, Criterion got moved to be Battlefield only. So what now happens to Need for Speed? Well, this is what happens. Apparently they did have more stuff left in the tank, I guess. And right now I'm already in another car, which is kind of worrying. Already, it's so sad. If you didn't know, the last update, they brought out 3 vehicles that were in the previous game. They were characters' cars from previous Need for Speed. These copy-paste cars were brought back as paid DLC. And unfortunately, what's happened now is this car right here, along with 2 other cars that have come into this game as edition versions, I believe. DLC, paid DLC. Well, they're cars that were already in the last game. In fact, they're Need for Speed Heat body kits. Are they cool body kits? Sure. But the fact that they're reused body kits, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And look, I'm not afraid to say that at all, because that is a shoddy way of doing that. That is a terrible way of doing that. But what I'm also not afraid to say is this game has almost made me like the BMW M2. There's a new speed pass as well. There's the M2 that we got. Let's check out all of the cars that we have. So the other ones were, this thing is a brand new DLC, a tie-dye this thing. Look, you know what I will say, right? They make some cool cars. I'm not denying that. The game has its own issues, but they make some cool cars. This thing right here is actually pretty sick. If that was in any other game, I would find that just cool off the rip. It's a shame that it's paid only. Is it worth being a paid only car? I don't know about that. Then there's this thing. The Mini Countryman John Cooper Works, but looking like this. I'm not a crazy fan of this one. The spoiler's fun though. I'll say that. Then we've got the Heat body kits. It starts with this thing. The Corvette, what looks like, is it the big hypercar? No, it's just the Grand Sport. And finally, the last other body kit is this thing. Again, it's quite a nice body kit. Why it wasn't in the game already, I don't know, but it's quite nice. Buy and sell, and let's look for the BMW M2. Why is it giving us the notification over and over again? There we go. BMW M2 is ours. Use new car. Let's customize. Body kits. Oh, we got Avanti West Coast. We got that one's, I don't really like that one. We got another Avanti West Coast. We got that one's, this one is, carbon. So, oh, that one looks nice because it just makes it look like a different BMW. Like that's what the ugly M2 looks like. This just makes it look like an older M2. I almost like that because, okay, the back is still unsavable, but I like the front here because it makes it look like a older version of the same kind of BMW. I quite like that, actually. I might end up going with the M Performance though, just because, like, you know, it's the one that I liked. I actually almost kind of liked this kit on the pictures that they showed. Let me paint this thing a different color. I mean, I will say blue is probably the more iconic color for this M2. That's what I've seen this thing as most, is the M2 blue. Then I still don't know how I'm feeling about this body kit. Might end up switching to the, there we go, that one. And instead, it's still quite a cool car. I like that they've added it, and I like that we're able to, I like that there's as much as we can do on this thing, you know? We can even do specific stuff, like have the Avanti, but with a specific front bumper of some kind, like a different one. Sure, there you go. I'll switch out the side lights as well. And the thing is, there's might still be more updates. You can't change the tail lights. That's the one thing I would want to change on this atrocious vehicle. That's actually annoying, honestly. The one thing about the big thing is, right, there's probably still gonna be, you know, I might put the Need for Speed Heat one on just because it's like all of those other cars are ripped from it. So M2, there you go, real inspired. So the thing is, there will be more updates still in this game. They're gonna be doing, what is that? Okay, I realized that these weren't in the base kit, were they? No, these are those are wild. What? Then you've got this, that's pretty cool, to be fair. That's the stock one. I don't really like it, though. Carbon is kind of alright. I think I'm going to stick with whatever I have on. Then the rear bumper, I don't know. I may even change the spoiler still. Oh, there's two M Performance spoilers. There's this M Performance spoiler and then this M Performance spoiler. I'm gonna go with this M Performance spoiler. Let's talk about what's actually new in this update, right? Okay, I shuffled some stuff around. I put a V8 in this car, and now I've also got the, I put the other spoiler on. I've gone in a dead end already. So the actual new things this update are very unsubstantial. We don't have like a new mode like some of them did add way back when. They added modes like a drift mode, I believe, where you could drift with other people. I think like the ASAP Rocky event, but again with other people. Do a little cop chase while we're here. Pester some law enforcement. This update, however, obviously brings the new speed pass. We've got some things. What looks like a Pontiac, like a purple Pontiac. Then we've got 60 new daily and weekly one-shot challenges. I don't really know how that's gonna work. My worry is that they'll just be duplicated, but it provides actual daily log-on content, which is a good thing to do. It's something the Crew 2 used to have with the contracts way back when, but then they stopped bothering with. But now that Unbound is doing that same thing, but with a daily and a weekly and a monthly, I've always said, if you listen to the Stick Drift podcast, I've always said it, that the biggest thing Unbound needed, and in turn was lacking once it actually released, was some kind of monthly, weekly, daily. The Crew 2 and Motorfest and Forza have dailies, have weeklies, have monthlies. Need for Speed is lacking in that. And now Need for Speed has these one-shot challenges. So actually something to do. That's a better way of doing something. I imagine to ease support for the game, they're probably gonna be randomized, but it's still something. It's still something for players to engage in, other than hitting trees head on. I believe the Pontiac is an EA Play reward, so I'm glad they didn't make that something good for those who don't have EA Play. Buick being Speed Pass reward, which obviously, yeah, the new Speed Pass, the like Battle Pass type systems. It's a good way of engaging content. I talk to people who play Unbound, and that's something that they would do. That's something that they would engage in decently often and actually have something to do. And apparently, all 14 link-up locations are now available. Now, I did know about the link-ups already. I tried some, and they were an interesting thing to burn time on, honestly. I quite enjoyed it, I will say. But, I don't know, God. I don't know if they were too crazy or anything, but they definitely were enjoyable. And I don't really know what all 14 now available means. Does that mean there's 14 more? Is that what that means? But what now, right? If this is the final update of the year, that doesn't exactly mean too far away, right? The year is what? Only 4 months out now from being over. So it's not a crazy amount away. They're adding not crazy substantial stuff, mostly just cars, which they're great cars. Again, it sucks because it's like the cars are really cool. But what is the substantial update that saves this game now? Other than just, like, maybe work on the next game. That's what I think. I was very much expecting this thing to be the last update. Like, the last update. And it'd be done there. No ambiguity, no last of the year. Just this update, now game finished. Considering that Criterion isn't working on Need for Speed anymore. But no, instead, they've left it ambiguous. But other than, like, a decent overhaul, what's gonna keep people coming back? Is it these dailies? Maybe. That's the question, and I'm decently optimistic. I didn't mean to load out fully off of what? I was trying to get into the VW. What do you guys think of this update? Let me hop in my tie-dye car. I just like it because it's cool. It's a tie-dye car. That's a fun concept. That's a fun concept, right? And they executed that concept well. It's a Beetle tie-dye. When they do stuff like that, it's like, yay, good. And then they're bringing back old body kits for real-world money. And bringing back old... Need for Speed, what are you doing to me? Like, look at this. It's got a stop sign on the back. This is a fun concept executed well. And I'd love to see more from Unbound like this. Again, like cars in other games, I don't know if it does a crazy amount, but it does enough that I'm like, yeah, that's pretty sick. That's cool. I like it. I like it. Am I going to pay £5 for it? That's up to you. Big things, I hope. Big things, I hope, from Need for Speed to follow. If not, just the next game, please and thank you. That's going to be about it from me. Thank you to EA for giving me the early access and whatnot. Thanks to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members, Danimal the Manimal, Grim Pepper, and Extreme Speed, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members, Extreme Speed and HK, in a